Welcome to the Martin-Roth-Symposium 2020 from the Museum für Naturkunde in Berlin. The symposium aims to bring together thought leaders from the cultural, the academic, the artistic and political sectors to share ideas and scenarios. Presented by IFA, the Institute für Auslandsbeziehungen, in cooperation with Republika, this second Martin-Roth-Symposium takes place as a digital theme week from 7th to 11th September 2020. Also kindly supported by the Museum für Naturkunde Berlin and funded by Germany's Federal Foreign Office. And today is all about museums and architecture. The meaning and function of museums has shifted fundamentally in the course of history, looking back to the early days focusing on collection, to today's concepts for museums emphasizing exhibition and education programs and developing local and global communities. Museums are seen as public spaces, but who do they belong to and how? What are the conditions and modes of access that serve collections and encourage a dialogue between objects and people? What are the options for showing materials that are stored, that are vulnerable and that are contested? Today we will address the nature of space in our current museums with an eye on both the past and the future. And we're going to talk about trends and how they establish new domains in old places. What will it take to create spaces where the public and artifacts can come together outside of their familiar settings, negotiating relationships between the open and the closed, or the local and the global, between the hauntings of history and the promise of utopia. We start again with sprints. These are 10-minute inputs where speakers present their thoughts on our today's topic, museum and architecture. With us today is Birgit Kuriger. She's the artistic director of the Foundation Vincent van Gogh. We have the architect David Chipperfield with us, and also Louisa Hutton, architect and co-founder of Sauerbruch Hutton. David Ajayi, architect and founder of Ajayi Associates, and Pina Yoldas, infradisciplinary architect and a professor at the University of California in San Diego. Following the speakers, we will have another deep dive, as we're already familiar with it. It's an exchange between you, the participants, and the speakers. And here, you can meet our speakers of today for Q&As after the sessions. And as we are all in the virtual space, it'll be a 15-minute live online exchange in a digital discussion room. In case you need further information, don't hesitate. Click on the button Dabei sein, take part on the website campus.republika.com. Before opening for questions and comments by you, some first responders present their thoughts on the sprint. It's a kick-off for our lively discussion. And our first responders of today are Edwin Heathcote. He's an architect, designer and journalist. And Bill Sherman, director of the Warburg Institute and professor of cultural history at the University of London. And also today, we close the day with the Future Forward session, a moderated conversation between a forward-thinking professional and a student responder. And in this combination again, with a look into today's topic from different perspectives and backgrounds. Let's start. Let's start with the sprints of today.